Well, we've been asked for a demonstration on how you might use nested blocks in developing symbols for landscape design work. Here's an attempt at symbol for a species called Melaleuca nesophila, and here's a photograph of it on the right hand side of screen. So we want to get we want to make a symbol that represents the look and feel, if you like, of that species. If you have a look at the way it's been done so far, it consists of lots and lots of polylines with colour and so on. It also has a whole series of closed polylines in green colour. So it's relatively big. If I go to File and File Size, it's over 125 kilobytes. While not massive, we could still do better, and the question's been asked, how do you use nested blocks? So remembering that this is called Melaleuca nesophila, let's take this one in the centre, flower in the centre here, and we'll right click and create a block. We won't call it the name of this drawing, Melaleuca nesophila, but we'll give it a block name that represents it. So we'll just call it Mel, N-E-S, and F-L-W. What I'm trying to do is to create a name for this block, which when we insert the original Melaleuca nesophila block, it's going to contain this block. And we don't want to have a circular reference. In other words, if we call this block Melaleuca nesophila, GCAD Plus and any other landscape CAD software would get horribly confused. So we'll pick a point. Very good idea to have a point in the centre there, because that'll become the insertion point when we use it. And now when I select it, you can see Mel Nes FLW is its name, and the little handle is pretty much in the centre. What we can now do is just grab all of these and we'll take them out. Maybe just undo that one, because we don't want to lose too many of the leaves there. And then we'll save. We'll just check the file size again. So it's 41 kilobytes, a substantial reduction in size. So what we can do now is just copy and paste and scatter them around, and we can scale them up, come out to the outside, pull different sizes, scale again, make that one a little better. It's a really good idea to rotate symbols, nested symbols within a block, and you could even give them a different X and Y scale. If we call that one, give it an X of 1.7, I'll exaggerate a little. Can you see now it's sort of more squashed in the Y direction, so we could play around with it. But I've now duplicated all of those, and let's have a look at the file size, and then we're still at 41 kilobytes. So I would argue now that we could get rid of the image, we could zoom extents. Just always make sure that at this stage, if you start a line at 0, 0, see how 0, 0 is down here. Well, what I'd now do is grab all of these and move them from the centre there to 0, 0 and zoom extents. And then we'll save it, and it's a file called Melaleuca nesophila, so we'll save it. It's in my downloads area. So it's now able to be used. It's nice and small, and it gives us the sort of view we want. I should have checked by changing our view to white, because that's what it will look like when in use, and I'm relatively happy with that. Maybe we should increase the number of leaves, which would be a more realistic view. We could duplicate some of these. So that's a new version of Melaleuca nesophila as a block, a plant symbol, plant species symbol, using a nested block to make it load quicker and display more easily. Well, here's the symbol with a little more tweaking. I've made a few more leaves and moved them around and changed their sort order up, down and behind and so on.